Alright, we're in the editor. To make this easier to see, let's go ahead and paint it white, I guess. There we go. Alright. Now, first things first. To get the round shape, I've used all these Nova pieces. Just highlighting those. Pull them all off. There's our cowling, okay? Now we've got these Stroud pieces on top. If you want to snap them in place without having to do any glitch building, just use better ship part snaps and easier ship building. Those two mods put together make it so much easier. Alright. Actually, let me do this. I'm gonna... No, that's fine. These Nova pieces went right in here. Okay. And now, let's see. Fully assembled nacelle. Pop that off. That had the engine inside. That went there. Okay. Alright. Now let me break down the bottom here. There's the landing bay. Actually, I'll just take off the bay like this. Okay. I'm trying to get down to just habitats to show you guys. One landing gear. A DarkStar landing gear. Download DarkStar and make it so much easier on yourself with those parts. Alright, so here we are. Let's get these essentials off of here. Our shield. And then the J-type reactor coming from the J-type Star Wars ship. I usually use these because they're just easy to hide. They're hard to grab. Come on now. Alright, I'll just move the Ancient Mariner habitat out of the way, then I should be able to grab it. Yeah, okay, so that was fuel. Now for our habitats. Actually, let me see here. We had some weapons on top. And some weapons underneath. I'm trying to keep this organized, you know? I've seen some build guides where it's just like super clean, like everything is laid out perfectly, and you know, I'm just not that type of person. I'm gonna explain it with my words and just break it apart and move on. But let's take this nacelle apart. You guys can see the pieces that go into it. So yeah, that snaps together. I don't know why I had two of them. Don't need two of them. And these engines have to attach to inside of the nacelle. I'll go over that in a minute. Alright. Just pulling things apart here. Here's all of our habitats. Well, actually, the rear entrance. We've got our staircase and engineering. And then the main body has habitats in this shape. Okay, so you can do whatever you want as long as the habitats are in this shape. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5 with a hole in the middle. The hole in the middle is where you take your staircase, you stick it right there, and then you can put your cockpit right there. Okay, and the docker, I had the docker on the front side. Alright, so this whole thing is taken apart. I'm going to put it back together. Let's see what's the easiest way to do this. We'll take all of these habitats. Nickelodeon. And then we'll just put together over here. Make it easier. So the cockpit, I used the Matilija Aerospace, the new one that they made. And then the docker just goes right up front. Now let's put our guns there. Actually, let's get this cowling on there. this is what hides your cockpit. See, the cockpit goes right in there. And then your guns go underneath these. So, I mean, you don't have to do them there. That's just where I put them. With any of these build guides, of course, like, make it your own, you know? You don't have to do exactly what I do. Just like I saw the Nacelle style on Instagram, or not Instagram, on Twitch, no, Twitter, on Twitter, and decided to utilize that in my build. And here we are. You guys do whatever you want with your builds. That's the fun part. So yeah, better ship part flips is what lets you flip these sideways, all sorts of ways. And now you guys can see we've got the main saucer basically assembled. It's really simple to get the saucer assembled. There's really not a lot of pieces that go into it. Now let's hide these pieces. Remember these little pieces we had here? Okay, so here's our grav drive. Oy. And if you don't want to use the tiny pieces, just take out some of the habitats in your saucer section and put your reactor and your grav drive in there. Plenty of space in this build to do like anything really. So I'll explain to you the move that I'm doing here. I want this to snap here, but the snap point's already taken up. So I can snap it to here, but just to show you, I put it up by one space by pressing up on the D-pad, and then I press A to leave it there. Now I highlight the main body of my ship with left bumper, and I press A, and that snaps it to the closest snap point, which is exactly where I wanted it. Alright. Now let's take this and hide this in here. Perfect. Now we'll put our guns back under here. Woo. Better ship part flips is what gives me the ability to flip equipment plates upside down and place my guns on the underside of my ship like this. Alright, moving on. Let's take this other staircase and just pop it on here. Like that. And that is where our bay goes. Into that staircase. Now to give it a landing gear, I put my gear right there. And then I covered it up with a Nova piece so it would have a better line underneath. Alright. Now here's our engineering. Just goes right there. Stick a window on the back. You don't have to, but I did. Alright. Now these nacelle attachments go on the very back. Now I'll show you how to put these nacelles together. You take the Avontech glowing wing mid piece, 2 of those. Whoops, there we go. Then you take your Nova cowling. Oh, whoops, no, just kidding. You take your Avontech radiator right there. Then the Nova cowling. And then you smooth it all out over the top with these pieces here. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Alright. Now, y'all see this position here? Just stick your engine there, highlight your ship, and press A. And then this goes on the back piece. Oh yeah, and this was for better shaping on top. Nova piece right there. That just gives it a cleaner side profile, you know? See that transition into the disc? Yeah. Okay. Now let's get our last nacelle up here. This build guide's not taking as long as I thought. It's actually pretty quick. Yeah, there we go. Glowing ship parts gives you the glowing radiator here that we're using. There we go. Actually, let's give it that extension. Right there. I believe that's how it went down. That's why we had 2 of those. Okay. Then we get our engine on the inside. And I prefer it to be a little bit darker, so I paint it pretty close to black. There it is. Pretty smooth. I'll show you guys the inside. I did Ancient Mariner across the whole thing. It's all wooden inside, so it doesn't really match the style of Star Trek. That's just because I wanted to see what's up with these Ancient Mariner habitats. I've got my cargo bay back here. Battle stations. Side of the cargo bay. Staircase. This is the center of our disc. This is that staircase that led up to the cockpit. Because of that cowling, here's some clipping. But once you walk through it, you can see right out of that cockpit, no problem. Okay. I'll show you guys what's surrounding the center here. Cruise mess. Okay, we came in that door. Oh yeah, and this is just extra storage. Captain's quarters, totally isolated off of cruise mess. It's even got like a bathtub, it's insane. And a separate bathroom here. Very nice. Very nice. Alright, so... Whoops. Got the brig next to our docker for prisoners. There's that cargo bay. Alright. So, oh, and then this was for the crew. Crew's living area. They got bathrooms too, with a shower. Ancient Mariner's fancy. Alright, let's check this thing out in flight. Then I'm gonna cut the stream, get this uploaded to YouTube. Oh, I forgot to show you, it's engineering in the back.
All thrusters firing.
That was a weird camera angle. That single landing gear kind of looks weird. I might change that up. But not right now. So here it is in flight. Ooh yeah. Here's from inside the cockpit. Pretty cool style if you ask me. I dig it. Alright y'all, that's it for the build guide.